So as we looked at, let's just see how we manage invoices and how we capture and put them through the process. I'll go to our invoices folder here, and I'll just show you the output to show that we don't actually have any invoices in there currently. We'll go back to invoices, and I'll grab one of the sample invoices, and we'll look at this Synergy invoice. And as you can see, it's a pretty straightforward non-purchase order invoice. It's got an ABN, it's got an account number or an invoice number, and it's got a total and date, etc. So pretty standard invoice that you'd receive monthly from someone like Synergy. So we'll just close that, we'll copy that invoice, and we'll put that into a monitoring folder. So we'll put it in this one for Synergy here, and pop it in there. And this would be exactly the same way as we would capture an invoice if it was scanned from an MFD, or we would just drop in the document in, or if we were monitoring an email address. The same situation, we'll be scanning the document into this location or dropping the email into this location, the email attachment, and then running the process. And now if we go back in here to invoice and we go to our output, you'll see what it's done is it's captured the invoice. It's used the supplier's name to create the first level of structure, and obviously if that was already existing, it would append the new invoice into that folder. We open that up, and what it's brought us is it's used the invoice number as the identification of the document. But again, we can use date, we could use any other piece of ABN, any other piece of information to identify the name of the document. We'll just open that up. And as you can see, it's got the document here, the Synergy document. It's a completely searchable document. It's gone through the OCR process, so we can highlight any information in here. And as we saw earlier, we can do a control and look for any word in here. And it's brought up anywhere it finds that word. So again, once it goes into your content management system, very easy to find by searching any word within the document. What it's also produced is a CSV file with the information. So it's picked up who it's Synergy, it's picked up the invoice number, it's picked up the date, and it's picked up an amount. And this is the file that we can then pass into your ERP system for it to be able to pick up and dynamically ingest into there. So taking away any of the manual entry of having to put that information into your ERP system. And obviously as well, the PDF can be passed into a content management system as well, so that it's put into a structure using, it can pass that it's a Synergy invoice, searchable PDF, and put it into that location. So again, and because as you've seen it's OCR'd, it's very easy to retrieve that document. So that's how we would manage these structured type of invoices. So those invoices we looked at were an invoice, a regular invoice, something that you've already got set up to manage those invoices that you receive in a regular occurrence. Now what we can also do in the system is bring in invoices that you may not get on a regular basis, more ad hoc. You don't have anything set up to manage the fields that come with that particular invoice. So what we can do is use Quick Capture Pro, which is built into Control Suite, and this allows you to point and click your information. So if we go and open up an invoice here, we choose our bakery there, brings in the invoice, and what we can do is turn on the Quick Capture Pro. And what it's done is it's highlighted all the fields that we know we need to collect. And it's just really as easy as going, okay, what's our invoice number? There it is. What's our invoice date? That's our date. Our purchase order number is here. our contact. Again, we can integrate this into a back-end system. So we'll choose this gentleman here, and our supplier is this company. And with that, we can just pass that invoice in, and that will go through exactly the same workflow as the previous invoice, where it creates a PDF document and also a CSV file for ingestion into an ERP system. So again, another way of being able to bring in your invoices, and it's just point and click stuff, so very easy.